Hey guys, how you doing? Good evening. Hope you guys are having a great day. Happy Wednesday. So today I have a late shift. So I'm actually working with Japan, and basically we have a video call that I need to set up. And I'm in the video room right now, but they're not awake right now because it's not it's late over there right now. So the morning over there it's gonna be like when it's like 8 9 p.m. over here. So I'm here till late. I'm here till 9 p.m. tonight. Um, for the most part, I need to make a point-to-point call, which is a video call. And basically, when you make these video calls, part of making video calls is testing. So you have to test everything before you do the call, obviously. So we tested the SIP address, we tested the call through IP address, and basically you need to check and make sure that you're able to connect point to point. Basically means you're connecting from video to video. It's there's you could use different applications. There's Skype, Blue Jeans, Zoom, whatever you guys use, whatever you use. Depending on the company, every company is different. But basically, we set up a video call and then we test it and make sure it's up and running, make sure I don't have any issues, and pretty much that's basically what we do. And you test everything. Part of working IT support is testing beforehand or testing prior to the meeting, because you want to make sure that nobody has issues when they're having the meeting. So I actually came across a roadblock today, because there's no one in this room having the meeting. Everyone wants to call in, so that's actually a problem for me, because I was supposed to make a video call here in this room, and now there's nobody here. So how am I supposed to do a video call if there's nobody here? So everyone wants to call in, actually. So you can't call in through video unless you're using a third-party application. I'm doing point-to-point, which I'm using the SIP address. I'm connecting with a SIP address, and I'm connecting through IP address. So basically, the only way you can connect is by connecting through IP address. If you have a video conference in your house, basically, you don't have that capability at home. So, and then I'm using software. So the easiest way to fix that problem or alleviate that problem, which I suggested, and which my manager suggested as well, is going through Skype. So basically, what I'll do is I'm gonna do a video call, and basically we call through video, and then we dial in through audio using a Skype invite, if that makes sense. So then they'll join the call through audio, and then they should be able to hear the video, if that makes sense, and they should be able to talk to each other. So both parties are able to talk to each other while video is going on. I'll connect the Skype invite as well, and then it'll be a simultaneous audio/video call, and then they should be able to hear Japan. Japan should be able to hear the U.S. office, and then everything's fine and dandy after that. So I'm gonna call as a leader, and I'll create a leader pin, whatever, and I'll call Skype in this room, and then I'll do a point-to-point call with video in this room as well, and then I'll join the calls together, and then they're able to talk to each other and communicate with each other, if that makes sense. So that's the easiest way to alleviate that situation. Good thing that they told me ahead of time, because if they didn't tell me ahead of time, we would have a bunch of problems. But they told me ahead of time, so now I know what I have to do. So tonight we had the call at 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's still early. Basically, what I'll do is I'll connect video, and then I'll connect a Skype call as well, with a dial in or dial up. And I'll dial in, and then the video is up and running as well, and then everyone should be good to go after that. So this is why it's very important that you test everything. You make sure everything is up and running, and make sure you're testing everything prior to the meeting, because you don't know what hiccups you might have. You don't want anyone having issues. You don't want people that, I can't join this meeting. You don't want to have issues that you make the video call and it doesn't work. You can't dial in, you can't dial out, you can't do anything, and then there's no one in this room. But obviously, if this is an example, like if there was a bunch of people in this big giant room, and then you make the video call and it doesn't work, the person is going to look like an idiot as you, because you didn't test it beforehand. You didn't test any of the IT equipment beforehand, so it's going to make you look really bad. So you want to make sure you test everything before you make the initial call. So like if it's a call that's going to happen today, you want to make sure you test everything 2 weeks beforehand, or 1 week beforehand, or a few days beforehand. Make sure you work with the third party. Make sure you work with the third party. Make sure you work with their third party IT vendor or IT support, and make sure you guys are able to talk to each other. So if I'm working for a financial bank, for example, and they have a financial bank that they're trying to talk to, I work with their IT team, and then we'll try to connect the video call and see if it works. And if it does work, then we know that it works. We don't have to worry about it. So then when the actual meeting happens, we're ready to go. If that makes sense. So this is why it's important that repetition. You test it, you do it again, you test it again, do it again, you test it again. And also it's important that you test the call to see how the quality of the video looks, because you don't want everything. Because I don't know what unit you're using. Like I'm using a $10,000 equipment in this room right now, and then someone else is probably using like a $3,000, $2,000 equipment, and they're using a Polycom, and they're using all these old devices that don't support what devices I have in this office. And then when you try to connect it, it just doesn't work. So it's why it's very important that you test everything beforehand, because if they have really old devices, it's just not going to work. So, and then you have to do an alternative where you use like Zoom, use Skype, use Blue Jeans, use all these other applications to connect to the call, if that makes sense. But then it looks a little sloppy because the quality is not as great as doing a point-to-point, if that makes sense. So this is the reason why testing is very important. Testing a VC is very important beforehand. Before doing an initial call with anyone, for your VPs, your executives, or your senior directors, or anyone that's important, make sure you test everything beforehand for them. You don't want to make them look bad. You don't want to make the company look bad. You don't want to embarrass them. You don't want to embarrass yourself as well. So that's why it's very important. Just pointing that out. I'm just giving you guys advice, like I always do. I hope you guys have a great day. As always, give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any question, or if this is good advice I'm giving you, I guess. And I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. All right, take care, peace.